How you guys doing? So it's Coach Jarrett here. What I want to do is I want to kind of make a quick video that hopefully will start to show some of the things that we talk about in practice, and give you some in-game footage on how those talking points and those key things that we're trying to discuss during practice translate into the field. So you can start, connecting the dots and doing some visualization to understand how the drills, as monotonous as they seem on the field during practice, do translate into actual in-game situations, in that by practicing those fundamentals and really harping on them, you're going to increase your chances of success on the field, in-game, in the key one-on-one, all the way up to the team kind of concept. So last week we talked about dodges and 1v1s, and all of you seem to indicate that you want to get better on 1v1s, both offensively and defensively. And I totally agree. I think that one of the things that we lack is the confidence to be able to go to the goal hard. And anyways, I just kind of want to use this as a foundation and jump right into it. So in this first clip, and I just went and pulled a couple clips out of the same video. So if you want to see everything, just go Google it. But so in the first clip, what you'll see is you have a midi in the top left with the ball, and center of the field, and you have another midfielder on that would be the top left wing. And let's just play the video, and then we'll rewind it a little bit and kind of discuss some of the highlights. So I'm just going to go ahead and play it. We'll watch it again from probably a different angle. Beautiful dodge. Boom. And right away, I think you kind of noticed some of the fundamentals that we talked about this week right there. So let's go back right here. So we got number 77 on the wing, 23 up top. He makes a pass to that wing position. And as soon as he catches the ball, notice how he makes sure he has possession. Then he looks to his defender. And the first thing he does, he squares up with his defender. Notice how he's square to him, not square to the goal, not to some random spot in the field. He squares directly up to his defender. And that gives him such a huge angle already on that goal, because that midi is trying to give him that alley. But we're able to slide him slightly out of position to the right. And get a better angle. And you notice how all the middies and attackmen have cleared out, giving him all that room. And right there, you can just see a beautiful angle on the goal. And this is like the coach's view from the sideline. So he's got that beautiful angle, and then all he does is a little quick split dodge, runs right down the alley, and shoots and scores on goal. So let's watch that again from that close up. You can see him set up his defender, split dodge, keeps the stick in his right hand, his left. It's actually his dominant hand. So you see him split. Right here, he splits dodge. As soon as he sees that drop step from that midfielder go back, he's splitting back to the goal, straight to the goal, not down the alley, straight to the goal. Keeps the stick in his dominant left hand, brings it back across body, and then is able to get that shot off before they're able to close in. So that's a little bit of speed, just a standard change of direction dodge. Sets him up, notice his hips, square to the defender with that great angle to the goal, splits and goes straight to the goal with a race. He only needs that one stop. It's a race to the goal, that one step, And then he brings the stick back across body. It'd be better if it was a right-handed shot, shooting for the back pipe, but he's a lefty, and I'm fine with that, so whatever works. So that's the basic one-on-one, right? So he sees the split, gets his hips. As soon as he sees that drop step, he's going, boom, hard, plants his foot hard, changes direction, and he's going straight for that shot on goal. So that's just a beautiful split dodge. Okay. Okay, so in that first clip, we saw the ball coming from point to that wing 77 player with a step down shot, dodge on goal, down that right-hand alley. Here you're going to see the same thing, except the ball's going to come from X, perfect setup, dodge down the alley, shot on goal. It's the same thing we saw in the beginning, square up to the defender, boom, dodge down the alley, shot on goal. This time, though, the defense tried to slide early enough, but still wasn't quick enough to be able to get to him because he set up his defender so effectively. So again, this is just the same move that he made earlier in the game on that other goal, except the ball this time is coming up from X. Here we go. The ball is being passed up from X. That 77 on that wing, that top left wing, receives the ball. Notice how he doesn't go right away, sees his defender coming out and wants to get him backpedaling, so he squares up to him right there, splits to his right, passes the slide comes late, and he's able to get that shot off. It's all about squaring up his defender. If he had just started running down that right-hand alley, the slide would have gotten there. He would have taken a bad angle and been pushed farther out to that sideline. But because he's taking an angle directly, he's able to square up to his defender and take an angle directly toward the goal. Let me go back and let me explain that a little bit. So if he had just received this ball right here and started running down this alley, this midi would have been able to catch him and trail him down that alley. But because he's able to turn his hips upfield and play his defender squared up, he's able to take a much more aggressive angle and not have to fight his defender once they start making contact, right? So if he kept his hips going this direction, that he's got that two-step gap here. He's just going to run down this alley. This midi is just going to make contact and then force him out toward that sideline, and then all he's left to do is either pass to X or roll back, throw back. But because he's able to step in, square up to his defender, and take a much more aggressive angle directly toward the goal by squaring his defender up, that's what makes this so successful on a dodge. So let's watch it again. All in kind of one motion. Squares up his defender right there, boom, splits, and comes in directly to the goal with a great angle. And the slide comes a little bit too late. So same play, just a different angle, same player. And again, Hopkins is not able to do anything about it. Okay, so this next clip, I'm just going to kind of go right into this one. You can see that UNC is in it's extra man offense, and they're in basically a 3-1-2 or a 3-2-2. A 2-2-2, but it's kind of skewed with that three-player umbrella up top. Zach loves this offense for extra man offense. So do I. I mean, we all do. But the only way this works is if every player up top acts as a scoring threat. So let's just watch this and watch their body mechanics. They're stepping in to look to shoot the ball. They're drawing the defense toward them, and it's creating that threat to trigger the defense toward them to catch the defense sleeping and get the ball to the open player. Any one of these players could have taken a shot, but they wait patiently for that high angle shot, all acting as a threat to trigger the defense to them. So just kind of watch what it is, and then we'll walk through some of the mechanics. There's that step down, pass, shot on goal. All right, I might show it from another angle. There we go. Step down, pass, shot on goal. So Zach loves when middies feed those sneaking backdoor attackmen. So do I. It's great. It's perfect lacrosse. Now that player could have taken a shot on that shot. They could have, but the goalie was able to track that ball the whole time. And he's wise enough to be able to get that one more pass, that one more call to that backside attackman and create that goal. So now the goalie has to just kind of get his head and eyes turned around. He's not able to track that ball as well because he doesn't know where that attackman's at. So again, as the ball's passed around, he steps down, looks to be a threat. The defender comes out and meets him, so he passes the ball right away. Number 3 looks to create a quick attack, draws the defense, passes the ball right away. Number 45 catches the ball, looks to shoot, draws the defense, and now this is where they catch him in this slide opportunity on defense. So this defender, I'm going to go back a little bit. So again, these quick passes made this all possible. Boom. Quick passes with being a threat on the field made it all possible. So here we go. That one defender's now, was it number 17? This guy is covering 2 players, which is a good thing on defense. This guy is covering him. This guy's covering these 2 on the backside. This guy's splitting these 2 on the backside. And what happens is we get this pass off. Now the defense slumps back in, and this guy instead, we have the defender covering 2 players, which is good. Now this guy should be rotating. He could be either rotating back with this defender rotating up. That would be the proper rotation. But because this guy goes back and no one fills, this defender's left here on his own to cover these 2 players. So then all that happens is this off-ball player steps into a seam, and this guy's left. He should have been recovering in. As soon as they pass that ball back, he's too late, extending out to get back up there. So right now we're in a box. This guy needs to be filling in here, realizing that this guy's wide open. And we have another guy coming into the crease. And he's a little too late, recognizes it way too late, comes in. And I love this. This could have been a shot, but that goalie's tracking that ball the whole way. Instead, feeds that sneaky backdoor attackman because everyone was crashed in. He recognized it. He's able to slip in, get that shot on goal because this defender's coming out at Mach 10 with all his speed, and he blows right by him. Boom, blows right by him. Shot on goal. That's beautiful lacrosse right there. But it only worked because every single player was taking a threatening position, triggering the defense. So in this clip, there's another man-up play, and this is similar to that first man-up play where the ball's top middle. He's able to draw a defender, get that ball, the open guy, that attackman down there, low shot on the wing. Same thing that happened before in that other play. So it basically gets a pass. The defense is called in rotation, kind of slumped in. This guy's a little too far extended on this backside. He should be playing this pipe so he can rotate down and play him if he had to. But he's too far extended out, treating this guy too much like a threat. He should be closer to the pipe to dissuade this skip pass. He's not able to get there in time for that shot on goal. Beautiful. I love that sideline going crazy. That's what I want to see from you guys. I want to see goals. I want to see you guys celebrating each other in the sideline like that. That is awesome. Number 36. Time in room, shot on goal. Okay, in this last clip, this is dodging from X, but same thing, same fundamentals. Change of direction, change of speed. Those are your options really to kind of generate the time and room to get your hands free to get a shot off. So we're just going to watch this real quick from X. The ball's back here. And then we'll talk about some of the fundamentals that kind of go on to the split dodge, the question mark dodge that Cole and I argued about last year or the year before. I can't remember when it was. But anyways, check it out, and then we'll talk through it. So dodge from X, split dodge, question mark dodge, shot on goal, one-on-one equals scoring opportunities. Be able to show another angle. Yeah, boom, split dodge, question mark dodge, shot on goal. All right, let's go back and talk about that a little bit more. Okay, so what makes all this possible is, first of all, he's got plenty of room to dodge. So the setup, he doesn't start his dodge until the middies and attackmen have cleared out an alley for him. So he's setting up his dodge. Everyone kind of sees this. Everyone kind of sees him setting up his dodge. So the other offensive players are getting set up. He's at X. He's back here at X. We have one on the crease. And we have all the other middies pulled out to give him room to go either left and right. So there's probably another middie here and another middie here. And I'm not sure where the other attackman would be. But that's interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. But anyways, you can see this little 3-man rotation here. The other attackmen are out this way, probably 2 up top. And I'm not sure where the third one is. They might have been man down. It might have been even 5-on-5 right now. So anyways, it starts with a split dodge. It's change of direction right here. We got 77 cutting back toward the ball, 3 vacated fill, vacated through the crease. The other attackman is curling the cage to fill on the backside. So that's that triangle rotation. He did a little C-cut curl in the crease to get, just in case this guy slid, he'd be wide open, but instead he didn't slide, he stayed and made the shot possible. So that's kind of the team side of it. So again, you see this little 3-man rotation, the vacate fill, everyone's moving on that dodge, vacate fill, vacate fill. This guy's filling on the backside. This guy's vacating to pull his man. So he's going to do a little C-cut curl on the crease to see if there's a quick look there. This guy's going backside to be his help. He can roll back, throw back to him, and hit the guy on the crease. Or this guy's backing up the shot if the shot goes wide. So that's the team fundamentals. And then we have this guy cutting high to the ball, but he's not bringing his defender into the dodge, right? So they're pulling their defenders away. This guy's staying up high and wide, not coming in too low, keeping plenty of room for him to be able to curl through that 5-on-5 island to get that shot off, while this guy C-cuts here on the crease, and this guy's filling out on the backside. But fundamentally, what makes this really work, let's go to the close-up because it's going to be easier to explain that. Let's go to the close-up. So okay, so he's setting up the dodge. Everyone off ball is recognizing what's going on. They know he's probably a right-handed player. He's going to go to his right. So he starts with the ball on his left, splits to his right. There's the split dodge, change of direction. And then what happens is, what makes this shot possible, right here is where he starts leaning into the defender. The defender's making contact. He needs to close the gate and get in front of him and turn him back toward the goal. This is the inside roll. This is most dangerous when this offensive player can push into him a little bit and then change his speed. That little hesitation causes contact. Little hesitation now explodes away from him, gets that separation, and it's just like a layup shot in basketball. Time and room, excuse me, not time and room, but separation, shot on goal. So he's going slow. First he's changes direction. That's the split dodge, and then he slows. Watch him as he slows down when that defender makes contact right there. He slows down, then speeds back up. Question marks, explodes off that outside foot, curls back, and gets the shot on goal. Okay, so for this next clip, we're going to start talking about a little bit of off-ball work and how that plays in to make dodges much more successful by clearing that space and giving that room to dodge. And here you see a bad situation where that number 77, the guy that scored that last goal, he doesn't have the ball, but he's so close to his other teammate, he's kind of leaving him no options but to. The only thing that the guy with that ball can do is dodge to his left hand, go down that left alley, or he's going to run right into his own player or that player's defender. So instead, what 77, let's just watch the play and then we're going to rewind it and talk about it. So beautiful. That's what we call a little pick and slip the pick and a shot on goal. So let's go back and take a look at it. And we'll start talking about the fundamentals about the offensive player with the ball, and then we'll talk about kind of the team side of it. So you can see he's squaring up. He's trying to square up to his defender, but he's got another defender right in front of him. And as soon as that offensive player clears through, he squares up against the other defensive player. So you can see how he's squared up, trying to get to that middle of the field, getting that good angle, and then he makes his break. Here he could have split dodged to his left, and it would have been basically a one-on-one. And he has that guy on 25 on the far side. But instead what he does, and this is kudos to that number 77's field awareness. It's all possible because 77 comes in to set a pick, looks to set a pick. Right there, his defender is thinking pick, 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 right? And so then he squares up against the ball carrier. So then now both B defensive players are squared up against that ball player. 77 slips the pick, never makes contact, opens up to the ball carrier. We've talked about this so many times last year, the year before that. And then even in this spot on the field, the same exact spot on the field, he opens up to the ball carrier, and the ball carrier, now he's able to, since he's square up to both defenders, he's able to simply step back, throw across body. The defense has to move their hips all the way around. Everyone's occupied with their man. No one's on him. He's able to go one-on-one on a strong left-hand dodge, which is what he's naturally with. Natural with a good shot on goal. So again, I want you to highlight this is that slip the pick stuff. This is the stuff that we've talked about for so many years. He comes in, he doesn't actually pick, he just shows the pick. He sees that he notices that his defender is kind of staying. He slips the pick, opens up to the ball. His stick is well protected from anyone coming out of the crease, catches it, shot on goal. And that's just beautiful 2-on-2 on-ball picks to get open to get that shot on goal. I'm able to show another angle of this. Yeah, look at this. Okay, so here's the other angle, close up. See how he's squared up to his defender number 26. That's where he wants to go. He wants to attack that player. He's able to then quickly get his hips open and get that pass back across body by getting enough space to get his hands free. Steps back, passes cross body, quick shot on goal. Goalie can't do anything about it. That's beautiful. Okay, so in this next clip, you got the two-man plays kind of happening at X. We've talked about this. But the guy at X has the ball. 21's going to come in to look to set a pick, and this guy just does an amazing job just powering through the dodge and getting a no-look shot. This is one of what Harrison used to do on the left-hand side of the goal all the time. So let's take a look at it, and then we'll talk through it. Dodges, no look, swings that ball around, shot on goal. See if they go at another angle real quick. Splits, a little swim move, no look, powers through that all strength, gets that shot on goal. And notice it's not that powerful, but it's a really great shot. So let's kind of rewind and then talk about what's kind of going on there, both on the individual level and what that other kind of the 2-1-2 at X is. The stuff we've talked about, how the off-ball movement is working in there. So 21's coming in, he's setting a pick. And so that 23 guy's probably yelling, pick, 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 watch pick. And this guy's able to split back to his right, just change of direction, powers through it, gets that shot off. That's just beautiful lacrosse. He could have used that pick and didn't need to, but that's what I'm looking for from you attackmen at X all the time. Looking for those two little man plays back at X with those opportunities to score. And notice how he stayed back there to be able to back up any shot that went wide, that went out at X. So I think this is just another step down. Oh, beautiful. We practiced that all last week. This is that fundamental mechanic of time and room. Time and room, draws a defense, steps down, no one's on him, shot, get it past the goalie. This is exactly the fundamental mechanics that we practiced like both shooting drills that we did last week. Step down, shot on goal, Beautiful little spot pass feed, not a lot of power, put it in the perfect spot to be able to catch that ball and get that shot off with time and room. Notice how he didn't waste any movement, body movement, didn't cut back into the field. The shooter didn't cut back toward the middle of the field. There was no wasted movement. Just catches it, rips it, gets it past the goalie. Okay, so in this next clip, unfortunately, it cuts off the first part of the dodge, which kind of sucks, but that's okay. You can see the ball carrier number 3. He's on the left-hand side, kind of on that right-hand alley, dodging left down that right alley from the goalie's perspective, the lower side of the screen, and you can see how he's halfway through his dodge already. So let's just play this, and then we'll talk through some of the things that I see. This is a great example of off-ball awareness, triangle rotation between the middies, and dodging to be a threat, drawing the players out of position, and getting the ball with a dodge, pass, dodge to attack the weak side defense. This is a great example of what that whole kind of rotation offense looks like. So let's just play it, and then we'll come back and talk about it. There's a rollback, throwback, shot on goal. And they might show another version, another angle. There it is, right back, rollback, throwback, shot on goal. So how many times have you guys heard me yell rollback, throwback, vacate, fill, dodge, pass, dodge? This is just fundamental lacrosse right here. So I want to highlight this triangle rotation. So here we go. We're getting back to the start. Right back to the start. Okay, so he's a midfielder dodging down that left-hand alley. He's right here. And in the middle of the field, you have a crease midi. He's going to vacate and move out of the crease this way. And then over here, you have a topside midi. As he sees the rollback, he's the help, right? So he's going to make sure he's going to be in a passing lane, but he's also got to give room for him to roll back and get toward the middle of the field. So you can see him. He can either cut through this way, but he wisely takes a couple steps out backwards so he can pull his defender with him, leaving this shooter on this backside wide open. If he had cut this way, he's just pulling his defender into that area and then screening, collapsing the offense, screening the offensive player for shot. This could have been a rollback, throw to here, down to here, with this guy staying up top. But instead, he rolls back, sees the open defense opportunity, and passes it directly across the crease to the open player for a shot on goal. So this would be the dodge down the alley, roll back, pass, re-dodge, and attack the goal on the backside. But we're able to shortcut that because the defense is so overextended by this guy backing out, fading out of that triangle rotation. So we have a guy vacating, cutting through. We have this guy filling. This guy's going to fade out. It's one of the other options you can do and be safe. So there it is. He rolls back. We see this midi cutting across the crease. He's fading out the back, opening up the defense. Quick pass to the opposite side, shot on goal. Now we could have rotated the ball through, but you see how if we would have tried to rotate through the top, that defender is quick enough to get over there and take that angle. If we had that extra pass in there through point, that defender has that much more time to get there. But because we were able to skip it across the middle like that, he's able to get that shot on goal. And that's just beautiful triangle, basic rotation lacrosse. There it is. So he dodges down the alley, roll back, throw back, looks for that open player. And so I'm